So, so my mother's coming up Wednesday, hopefully coming up Wednesday, but um, she kind of has already started with a money issue because she's like, oh, I need money to come up, I need money to do this, this, and this, which is cool and all because I mean, obviously she is going to need money to do stuff, but at the same time, it just like when sometimes when she comes up, it seems like sabotage to me or sabotage to my mood because she knows sometimes she comes up and I'm not yet paid or I don't have money right away to be able to do things. So sometimes I tell her, if you're coming up, I mean, if we want to do stuff, then I guess we'll have to say that, if you're willing to pay, we could do it, And I always say if you're willing to pay, I didn't say she has to pay, but if she's willing to pay, for the visit or for things we can do, she can do it. I mean, because I'm letting her know right off the bat that you're going to need money to come up, obviously, which is a no-brainer. But the fact that she kind of self-sabotages and basically knows it's kind of triggering for me because it kind of takes away my adult rights in a way when she does it, because she'll come up and say, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this, but I won't get you anything you want or anything, because she already made a big stink that she can't get me everything I wanted. So I said, okay, you know, um, she already made a big stink about it. Oh, yeah, but yet she's coming up here with money and she's going to do what she wants to do or what she has planned. So I don't really find that really, okay. I don't find that to be really okay with. But she is coming up before payday. She's coming up Wednesday. So I get paid Thursday. So she's coming up she's coming up Wednesday to see me. I get paid Thursday. So, but my mom does like this self-sabotaging thing because she knows there's always an issue over money and her coming up and needing money to come up and do stuff to when she comes to visit, because I won't let her into my apartment where she could just sit around and visit and etc. Because every time she's in my apartment, she's making a fuss about what I have, either displayed on my walls or what I have in my apartment or how much stuff I have in my apartment, where she's kind of criticizing me and kind of saying these negative things to me that are very controlling and very possessive over my life. So I made it a pact that when she comes up now, she's no longer welcome in my apartment. It's a huge boundary issue, It's a huge boundary issue that I've had to address with her and say, look, when you come up, you can't come to my apartment. I mean, technically, there's a whole thing right now going on where, where I live, they won't let people through the door anyways. You got to use the buzzer to come, to get me or call me on the phone and get me to come downstairs. But, or I buzz you in. But my mom literally is not coming, into the building because I don't want her in the building. I don't want my neighbors to start a confrontation with her, etc. Or her to start a confrontation with my neighbors. I'm more worried about her than my neighbors. But sometimes my neighbors aren't really the best people to be around either. But regardless, my mother just, she'll probably come. She'll probably try to find a carriage, load up a carriage really quick of some stuff she wants to give me. I'll probably get some stuff downstairs for her. I'll bring the stuff up she has for me. I'll put it in my apartment, and we'll get going. We'll get going out to eat or something. I mean, I already kind of the other day. I kind of had to be like, look, Mom. If money's really an issue, if I'm going out to do shopping or any type of shopping or any type of thing when you come up as an issue, why don't we just go out to eat, exchange the things we have for each other, and you can go home, We don't have to make it a big thing like we're always going to go out and shop and always do this. But at the same time, I was letting her know there's things I need to go out to Walmart and look for, at least price, for when I have the money and time to go to Walmart and get a couple things myself, I might get my check on Wednesday. I might get a check deposited on Wednesday early, but if not, it's going to be Thursday right after she comes, and it's just going to be a wasted trip kind of for me, because it's like I'll already be up at Walmart by the time I get back, and the next day I can't even get up to Walmart or etc. So it's really kind of a fucked up situation in a way, but money has always been an issue about things, and she's always said to me like, look, I can't do everything for you. I can't do everything for you. I don't expect her to do everything for me. And then she made a big stink that she did all my Christmas and birthday presents already, and they're already, already packaged and everything else. She's just getting ready to drop all that off and not, say, well, I'll see you next year, or I'll see you whenever, which she always does. And I'm usually by myself during the holidays, and I have to open up presents and stuff by myself during the holidays. I mean, at least I got stuff to open up, but still, it's like I'm still by myself during the holidays. Not that she's been a really good person to be around during the holidays, because she gets very overly religious and confrontational about her beliefs in religion and stuff around the holidays, and I just don't want to deal with it. It's kind of like politics. Like the other night, last night I got into a politics talk, and I really didn't want to open myself up or expose myself so deeply into a politics talk or that type of thing when looking for a relationship. But part of me is like, well, yeah, I guess that fits into the relationship mold too. These days, people have political views and stuff, and they want to see who would kind of mesh well with their political views and agendas. But honestly, I don't want to vote at all. The way things are going, I might not want to vote at all. I kind of wanted to keep my personal opinions private. I kind of did go off on a rant and say, yay Trump or whatever the other day. But really, part of me almost doesn't want to go vote at all, because I think politics are just very triggering to everybody, and they're kind of triggering to me to the point that I would almost not even go to the polls. I almost would not vote. I would almost just not vote this year and try to see who ends up winning, because part of me just almost doesn't care now. It's a lot of things that woman had said to me too about what she feels are civil liberties and civil rights that she believes in for America and people, and stuff like that. And I really don't want to vote for no liberals or no Democrats. I really don't. I mean, I really was going to vote Republican. It was going to happen either way, because they don't give you many choices to choose from. It was going to happen because I was probably going to possibly vote for Robert Kennedy. But I mean, Trump's also the other alternative too. If it's not Robert Kennedy, who else do we have to vote for besides Robert Kennedy and Trump, if we don't want Kamala Harris to be in office? But a lot of people are changing their tunes. First they weren't for Biden, and as soon as Biden stepped down and they put Kamala Harris, on the forefront, in the floor seat, that basically now a lot of people are going back to the Biden side, or the Democrat or liberal side, saying, "Oh, we want Kamala Harris to run, the first female president, yay!" And me and somebody else were talking about politics too, and they said, because she's a black woman and because she's a female, that would register with a lot of people to get a female on board as the first female president. And also, she's also black, so she also has a big standing with the black community for some people. So there's been a lot of different things about that. I was looking up some stuff online about whether Trump had a good thing with, like, black and African American voters, and unfortunately I think there were some things about African American voters he did have, but they were all fake, because they were like all made with like the AL technology, the AI or AL, whatever it's called, technology, and it basically was just fake pictures of him trying to appease the black community and appeal to the black community, when really a lot of people in the black community don't like him too much. So it was all done with AI or AL or whatever it's called. I don't know if it's an L or an I, but AI, AL, whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I almost don't want to vote at all. I mean, I almost don't want to vote at all. People are so picky about politics. I'm so done with like politics that I just almost don't want to vote at all. I mean, part of me was thinking about the patriotism that comes with being an American and stuff, and the hardcore patriotism of some people on the Republican side. I mean, they might not agree with it. They might not have the views that everybody agrees with, but some of them are really kind of feel like they're more hardcore patriots and more people that feel more inclined to say to have a heart for America. Obviously it's people with people who have family who came from other countries and stuff, and people who obviously are foreign, or speak a different language and have come from a different, race, culture, or creed that definitely have a lot. So a lot of most of those people have issues with like the border and stuff, and how America should run with the border. And it's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, truthfully, they're affected by it. They're affected by it. Their ancestry might be affected by it. And stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, there was a time that my ancestry came to America. I mean, I don't know how we mixed and mingled and how I became, a mixed mutt, because I'm a mixed mutt of like different cultures, especially from European and stuff. But, I think somebody in my family must have settled here or came to America, and hopefully they did so legally. But, they supposedly came to America and, settled and, created a life. But because my ancestry is very foreign too. Italians speak a foreign language, and they have like little islands or little islands or properties out in the UK that are kind of like foreign. We kind of coincide with Greece. Greece is like our neighbors. There's Greece and there's the Italians. The Italians and Greece are like brother and sister, just about. They're a little different, but they just about coincide. With culture, and stuff like that. So, but I don't know. But the thing I was just saying about my mother's kind of self-sabotages and stuff like that. She self-sabotages. She does what she does, and she knows money is always an issue when she comes up. She knows it's always an issue for me. It's of course it's the end of the month, and I explained that to her after she threw a whole job thing in my face, after she kind of tried to volunteer me and put me in the perspective of the last one that really blew up in my face and kind of created a lot of these social and cultural issues that have happened with some of my more cultural based peers in the community of Torrington, Connecticut, that are artists and etc. Which unfortunately, as soon as certain people got a hold of the of the Arts Council, they made a huge stink about the Arts Council supporting Black Lives Matter. And if you don't support Black Lives Matter, you don't really get to really partake in the arts or have a say in the arts. You kind of get blacklisted for speaking differently than anything that doesn't do with the woke movement or be of the wokeism of Black lives and things like that nature. I mean, I have some poems that I've started writing like that and stuff, and part of my heart was almost in it and stuff like that. But it was in the way people treated me. It was in the way people treated me about my culture and my background and how I feel like I was handled, and other certain personal issues, like I've said before, that went down with other people that make me kind of not want to support the cultural stuff in town. I mean, I don't consider myself a racist. I mean, obviously I have taboo fantasies and things that can be sexual and things too, and obviously I do have preferences to be in a relationship with a black woman and maybe somebody from a different culture, so there's a little bit of like taboo there and a little bit of controversy. But do I consider myself a racist? No, I'm not really a racist, but I'm somebody that I guess is very kind of taboo and kind of a little bit different in the ways of like a black sheep that not everybody will agree with and not everybody can get behind. So it kind of really does affect the overall scenario of things, and obviously it affected my art. When it came to cancel culture and people getting canceled out for the things that for speaking their mind. Some people just get canceled out for speaking their mind, and for the fact that people just don't agree with what is being said. When it comes to the things that they do or say. So, some people actually do wrong. Some people actually do wrong, and there's things come to light that people have actually done wrong. But sometimes people go to court and stuff, like Johnny Depp, for instance. Johnny Depp had to go through that grueling trial and stuff, but the judge cleared Johnny Depp on all the charges, and Amber Heard got really penalized for it. Some people were on Amber Heard's side. Some people didn't like Johnny Depp's actions, but I don't know, you know? I think there's a lot of people going to say a lot of stuff about different things. I mean, that still kind of is a picky issue. Some people feel like, Amber Heard's a woman, and there's certain things that they don't agree with, and there were certain things that, Johnny Depp, So, but, I was talking to this woman last night about cancel culture too, and how I was actually canceled, kind of canceled or kind of blacklisted or kind of removed from my position in the arts because I didn't fit the mold of supporting Black lives or what they wanted to see here in Torrington. So I basically got booted or got told certain people don't want to work with me. But that's pretty much where that went to. My mom doesn't accept black. Well, my mom kind of accepts black culture, but she doesn't accept me with a black woman. For whatever her reason, she won't accept me with a black woman. But does my mom need to approve of anything? No, she does not. She does not need to approve of anything. My mother does not need to approve of anything. The thing is, I'm 35 years old. I'm more than past being an adult. I have adult rights, and I need to be more vocal about my adult rights and more sticking up for what my adult rights and what it means for me to be an adult, So if I wanted to see a woman my mother doesn't approve of, I can actually do that because it's technically my relationship as an adult right to do so. I mean, I would like my mother to approve of some things, but if she doesn't, she doesn't, That's the thing about families. They don't approve of different relationships at times or different lifestyles. My mom's had a lot to say about Chloe Bailey too. My mom's had a lot to say about Chloe Bailey. When I said, "Mom, I got a crush on Chloe Bailey, and me and Chloe Bailey are gonna get married, and Willow Smith and I are gonna get married, and we're gonna have a throuple," and my mom's just like, That woman, and my mom's like, "That woman's gonna hurt you, Carl. That woman's gonna hurt you. Chloe Bailey is gonna hurt you. She's gonna break your heart, and she's gonna just got But whatever. But I mean, obviously, sometimes we judge characters of celebrities and things, and we really don't know the full details and stuff. But Chloe Bailey. I will say Chloe Bailey is a Cancer, and for Sagittarius, that I've had relationships with a couple of Cancers. I mean, some of them were not like romantic. Some of them were like family oriented and like business oriented and stuff like that. And Cancers can be cool. They can kind of be friendly, and you can kind of work with them a little bit, but at the end of the day, the Cancers all have their own agenda and their own things to go about, and it just doesn't really mesh well, So Cancers kind of have to get left behind, or at least a lot of Cancers had to get left behind in my eyes, because me and the Cancers don't always mesh well. I mean, Cancers could be one of Sagittarius's best of friends, but obviously, if there's it's like social issues or something in there, I think there's some, that just doesn't work out. But yeah, my mother is talking about coming up on Wednesday. I don't know if she's gonna just come up here and take me out to eat, give me my stuff. I'm gonna give her stuff, and she's gonna go home. So, I am looking forward to giving her basket of stuff and the big trash bag I have here for her stuff, to just get it out of here. That's my next goal. I mean, I really want to start making a bag of some clothes that don't fit and stuff like that, and start cleaning around the house again. But I'm just giving myself a break for working hard the last 2 weeks, so trying to make 4 bags and a container to bring to Goodwill. That I do know I probably could work a little harder in different areas and make maybe another bag or two. But my mom's stuff has to get out of here too, and I'm just more focused on that now that she's given me a time that she's supposed to come and grab her stuff. That I'm like, good, we can get your stuff out of here. Great that she's giving me more stuff, but she's giving me a lot of my Christmas presents, my birthday presents, and stuff from Temu. So I know about some of the stuff from Temu, and she said she's giving me a big purple fuzzy blanket. She said, "Oh, I'm getting you a big fuzzy blanket." She's not sure because it's a big dark fuzzy blanket, but I said, "No, give it to me." She got it from J.C. Penney. Things like TJ Maxx and J.C. Penney got really good blankets and stuff. But she got this big fuzzy, this brand new fuzzy blanket, which she's given me. It's purple, so I'm excited. But purple's my favorite color, for many who don't know. But yeah, then she let me know on another gift she might have for me. She let me know that she's given me a gift card. Well, she's giving me a gift card because she wanted to put money, have me have money put aside for me if you get have a roast to get a roast for Christmas. But she's giving me a gift card to Stop and Shop because she kind of let it out of the bag when I told her that the Stop and Shop by me is closing November 2nd. So they're closing the Stop and Shop by me by the end of the year. I only got this month and maybe, a couple more months, and then next thing you know that, beforehand they might end up closing Stop and Shop, and Stop and Shop will be closed for good. So I might not have the Stop and Shop for very long. I might not be able to walk and do bottles. I might have to end up getting rides just to go, just to be able to go somewhere to do bottles and cash and cans and stuff like that, because I'm not going to have the ability to just walk out my door and do it anymore. It's been kind of a blessing to be able to do that. It's been kind of a privilege, but are they going to put another store in the area? I don't know, but just a lot of changes, a lot of social changes, a lot of personal changes, a lot of atmosphere changes. I'm sure my mom's going through family changes. I don't need to hear all her changes. I'm sure she doesn't need to hear all mine, and that's why I'm not telling my mother half the stuff I want. I probably should say to my mother, because my mother's not somebody to really handle things properly with her own mental health and her own issues. She doesn't handle things properly. So that's kind of why I feel like I have a therapist and a team of people, in my mental health recovery that I work with that, kind of, get me and stuff and kind of get where I want to go and etc. But, and as I said in another video, I am doing an art thing. I don't know when the next Friday, I need to call the client's rights officer, but there's another Friday coming up. I think it's this month or next month, where we're going to get together for this arts thing we want to do and try to get artwork and stuff put together for people in the agency to try to, get it together to have it displayed, we're going to try to do, there's 3 floors in this building for the mental health office. So there's 3 floors, and to get to some of the floors, you got to take the stairwell. So what people are thinking is we're gonna try to maybe take the walls in the stairwell, basically, because there's some wall space in the stairwell. We're trying to think about maybe having maintenance, and maybe the other person that's helping me, the client's rights officer, go and try to hang up the artwork in the stairwell, so that way when people are walking by and stuff, they can see all the artwork that people have done. I'm kind of on this art advisory board for the mental health agency, trying to get people to, see if we can maybe eventually can get people to enter work, and see if we can maybe get people to do what they need to do to try to display and do what they have to do. So that's pretty good. I'm really excited about that. That's pretty good, and just another thing I gotta do on top of everything else. I'm trying to squeeze my stuff, squeeze my schedule and stuff around. But I don't know. But my mother just kind of self-sabotaging. I mean, she knows there's always an issue with money, and then she whines about it or complains about it, and tries to lower the vibe when she comes up. I mean, my mother is like, my mother has a lot of growing to do. My mother really didn't have much of a social life when she was younger. She still didn't have much of a social life because she put, she said she put me as a priority at one point in time because of my mental health and etc. That all she really did in her life is put me as a priority and stuff. And I think my mother needs to put herself as a priority. I'm kind of realizing that about people. I feel like if people need to put themselves as a priority and people need to be able to do what they need to do, then they should, And that's kind of why I told my mother, if you just want to come up for food and maybe exchange gifts or exchange the things we have for each other, then we can do that. And then maybe you can go home and you don't have to spend any money at the places I need to go. I mean, obviously my mental health worker and I might have to find ways to go up to either Target or Walmart to be able to look around and, price the things I need to price or do what I need to do, or I would have to find a way to get up there and do what I have to do to partake and etc. So But that's basically where I'm at. I haven't been to Target in a while, but I know Target's book section always has something off my wish list. Target's book section always has something off my wish list. I just need to get up to Target to be able to look, you know? Sorry, I got like allergies. I got like nasal drip right in here, so it's like it was like dripping down the back of my throat and I'm like choking. But I'm all right at this point. You know, I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to, you know, do what I got to do. Um I'm at the point now though where it's just I don't know. You know, I followed a lot of adult film stars too. I mean, a lot of adult film stars have wish lists. I mean, not saying I'm in the adult film star business, but I did follow a lot of adult film stars, a lot of cosplayers that had wish lists and stuff. But I cut the list down a lot because I've come to terms that I can follow a adult film star and stuff like that and get them something off their wish list, but they really don't give two fucking shits about me, you know. I don't think the adult film community gives two fucking shits about me. So why should I give a fucking shit about it? I mean, they're just there to perform, what they perform and, do what they have to do, to get off or whatever, But they're really not, a long lasting thing either. Um and obviously I'm extending myself to people. Not like in a very sexual way or anything like that, but in a very kind of more friendly and kind way. I'm trying to extend myself to people to make connections and try to make connections to like reach out and try to make, to have some type of connection with some people. And some people have kind of shown me that there's some things, there's some red flags in how they kind of interact with me or how they have kind of interacted with me. I mean, I had one woman basically say that no, I don't do nude photography. I don't do nude photography or or kind of porn type of photography, which was kind of a lie. Which no, not even kind of. It was basically a lie. It was basically a lie because I followed them on Twitter. I'm deleting my Twitter once again, and hopefully this time it's going to be deleted for good. But I followed them on Twitter at one point in time, and this woman basically says, "Oh, I don't do nude photography and stuff like that." She literally is on Twitter, like butt naked, basically on Twitter, on her posts. So I don't think I believe her at all for what she's saying to me, and she's just like she doesn't want to talk on the phone. She only wants to do text and stuff like that, So I just feel like there's a lot of lies and a lot of something about the situation that doesn't seem legit. So I kind of removed that person finally. I mean they were good to look at. They were eye candy. They were good to look at. They were supposedly an artist like myself and etc. But I definitely can't go forward with that person because I just feel like there's been a lot of lies from the start and not a lot of upfront truthfulness when it came to getting to know them and wanting to connect and stuff like that. Um, there's several more people on my Facebook that I want to connect to. Some of them I think I would have a really good connection with if they gave me a chance, But if people don't want to give you a chance, or if they want to like ruin the connection, or feel like they have to ruin the connection, or have to ruin the situation, then so be it. They're going to ruin the situation, and there's really nothing you can do. So I'm at the point where I'm just trying to chill and let people do what they have to do and decide. It's kind of like where I'm at with the woman I was talking to last night. That I didn't see any red flags. I mean, I saw a couple of she saw red flags when it came to like my political views and stuff like that, but I didn't see any red flags in the situation. I saw like a lifestyle, a little lifestyle difference when she said she was more vegetarian and I'm more of a meat eater and she's more vegetarian. That I did see a lifestyle difference that could be worked out possibly, or talked about possibly, depending on how the relationship goes, but. Apparently, there was a lot of red flags for her, a lot of things she'd feel like she couldn't deal with when it came to my political views and stuff, or where she thinks I'm headed. I don't know fully where I'm actually headed politically at all. I don't know where I'm headed fully politically at all. I can't say for sure where I'm headed politically at all. But she had a lot of issues with where she felt like I was going with my political views. So. Like I said before, I almost don't want to vote at all, and I just want to see what happens because that's how fed up I am with the whole fucking politics thing. But I don't know. My mom's coming up. My mom's coming up Wednesday. I get an eye doctor's appointment Tuesday. I gotta be up by a certain time Tuesday, and I gotta go to my eye doctor's appointment. And then I got my mom coming up Wednesday. I got payday. I got therapy Thursday. I got payday Thursday. If I don't get my money sooner, but I got my first payday Thursday, so I'll be able to pay two. I'll be able to pay two of my bills out of three bills. I mean, I had a lot more bills last month, but I have two bills to pay on the first, and I'll have one bill to pay. Well, technically the rent is already in the box. I won't even lie about that. Technically, the rent is already in the box, when it comes to stuff. So, it's already in the box. It's already there. So, it's just a matter basically of, them just taking it at this point. Me getting my money and them just taking it. That's basically where I'm at this point. Everything else is just like getting my food and then pretty much having spending after I pay my two bills on the first and figure out the rest of what I need and etc. So, I pretty much know how to really stay within a budget and a schedule, and there's things I do want on Amazon and stuff. But I mean, there's $20 books or $15 books that I want, and I really can't afford over $35 worth of books, or maybe I can. I don't even know. But if I did get $35 worth of books, I don't know if it's really worth it, because if you can get them like new or something, or used or a little cheaper, then maybe it would be worth it. Because with me, as my mother kind of brought up to my attention, which she's not wrong, as I change, grow, and evolve, I seem to get rid of stuff. I seem to discard certain things and try to get rid of certain things that I've outgrown or no longer suit me. So she's saying, why spend all this money on a book or something that you want that you only might outgrow in several years or so, or situations that you might outgrow these certain things and you might want to get rid of them and stuff like that. Which she's kind of right. I mean, I want to say she was wrong on that regard. I mean, she's right, because there's things I had here that I've outgrown, that I've gotten rid of. But, I mean, there's things I still kind of kept that I'm still older, but, I don't know. Anyways, I gotta get offline. But I just wanted to come on and do a Facebook Live, talk about some things. Let the games begin, and by Friday I should have my second check. So both my checks I should have by the weekend. So that's good. I would just need to go grocery shopping probably on the 3rd, if that's a Saturday or Saturday or Sunday. But other than that, I'm pretty much roaring and ready to go at this point. Just doing the things I have to do. I mentioned to my mental health worker that I want to get, two storage bins for my, underneath my bed for some stuff, and he said, the first thing he said is, well, if it fits within the budget, so it's got to fit within my budget before I really can touch anything or do anything that can really be beneficial to have, to be able to do that. So it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, I told him I'd get money on the first, and I could probably squeeze it in on the first if I could get a ride, but apparently the mental health agency is kind of, I don't say under fire, but they're basically being kind of, being surveyed by a higher up agency, or some agency that really kind of oversees, my agency, that gives them money and stuff for mental health services and stuff, that really kind of oversees the programs and situations that they're giving. They give them, the agency that kind of funds them and gives them money is kind of visiting for the day on the first. So they basically can't can't come out and help me with anything until maybe after they leave or etc. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm just chilling at this point, just breathing. Gotta do what I gotta do. I'm struggling with food. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, not that I'm overeating or anything. I'm just struggling with food. I got some things I gotta cook, but there's some other things I tried to cook and it just doesn't appeal to me. I'm struggling right now. It's the end of the month, and it's like by the end of the month, I'm gonna be really, really hungry because it's like there's nothing that will fulfill me or satisfy me by the end of the fucking month, and by next payday, I swear to God, I'm gonna get like a pizza and a big freaking 10-pound thing of wings or something just to get by. I'm tired. I'm hungry too. But I am gonna have to go look for something else to eat, so I am gonna have to get offline in a few minutes. But my mother's coming up. It's gonna be a very busy week. Just be debating if I want more coffee, and part of me wants an energy drink still. I mean, I don't know why I want so many energy drinks, but yeah, Probably because I had a coffee energy drink yesterday, and the one I was really looking for wasn't a coffee energy drink. It was more like a flavored fruit punch. But they were all out of the fruit punch type of energy drinks at Dollar General. So, and because they're out of all the fruit punch energy drinks at Dollar General, the only one that I could find that I actually liked was the Coffee Monster, which was the Irish cream. So I actually ended up having more coffee. It worked for a little while, but then I'm like, I still want something. I still need something. I still need something to get by here. I need something to progress, and I'm not feeling 100% up to par. But it actually gives me more ideas for my wish list in regards to food and snacks that I want to put on my wish list. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting offline. Peace.